This is one of the most disturbing experiments in history. The experiment was done in the 1960s. It was performed on dogs, and it was unethical and cruel. It also gave us a lot of insights into a dark aspect of human psychology and a sociological phenomenon to control and manipulate called learned helplessness. So let's talk about it. Reminder, I tell a lot of dark stories on this channel, and this one. So follow along if you'd like to hear more. So here's how the experiment worked. Dogs were placed in a cage with two compartments divided by a low wall. One side of the wall was electrified and the other wasn't. In phase 1, some of the dogs were restrained and exposed to mild electrical shocks so they could not escape. And no matter what they did, barking, pulling, struggling, they couldn't stop the shocks. Which was teaching them that no matter what they did and how much they struggled, there was nothing they could do to stop their torment. Then came phase 2 of the experiment. The dogs were then placed in the cage where they were able to escape from the electrical shock. All they had to do was jump over the little wall. But the shocking and heartbreaking part of this experiment was this. The dogs didn't even try to escape the shocks. They just laid there crying, acting like escape wasn't even an option. Learned helplessness shows us the power of the mind to adapt to trauma, even in ways that hurt us. And it's not about weakness, it's survival, in order to make people feel powerless and control and manipulate. If we were to apply the idea of learned helplessness to the present day, in moments when we feel powerless, it's easy to feel like we as individuals can't do anything to change the outcome. Just like these dogs who were taught that escape was impossible. But here's the thing. Learned helplessness can be unlearned, and we are not powerless. The dogs in the experiment were alone, but we're not. I know it's easy to feel like the world is out of control, but despair is the real enemy here. Remember that history shows us that change can happen if we refuse to give in to despair. We need to be the authors of our own stories, and no one and no system should be able to change that.